Life obeys instructions, and instructions require a king. What if I told you that inside your body, right now, there are factories so small you will never see them with your naked eyes, yet they are busier than every industrial zone on Earth combined? What if I told you those factories do not run on improvisation, they run on instructions, precise instructions, timed instructions, hierarchical instructions? And here's the dangerous question. If life runs like a factory with a blueprint, who wrote the blueprint? Because factories do not assemble themselves by mood, machines do not invent policy, and instructions, real instructions, do not come from chaos taking a nap and waking up organized. Today, we're going into the cell, not like a tourist, like an investigator. And by the time we come back out, you may never look at biology the same way again. The cell factory. Let's begin with the humble cell. Textbooks call it the basic unit of life. That is true. But that phrase is too polite, too tame, too dry. A cell is not a blob. A cell is an industrial city. Inside it, materials are imported, waste is exported, products are assembled, damaged components are recycled, messages are transmitted, borders are guarded, energy is generated, and logistics run with terrifying precision. You have ribosomes, tiny molecular machines that build proteins. You have messenger RNA carrying copied instructions from DNA. You have transfer RNA bringing amino acids like delivery workers, hauling parts to an assembly line. You have the endoplasmic reticulum and Golgi apparatus, modifying, packaging, and routing protein cargo like a shipping and distribution network. In other words, your cells are not vibes, your cells are procedure. And proteins are not decorative confetti, they are the workforce. Some proteins become enzymes that accelerate chemical reactions. Some become structural materials. Some become channels, receptors, signals, switches, motors, repair crews, and microscopic bouncers at the cell membrane saying, "You, calcium, come in. You, random nonsense, stay outside." Life is not just made of chemicals. Life is chemistry under management. That's the part people often rush past. Chemicals alone do not explain the choreography, because the miracle is not merely that matter exists, the miracle is that matter is being instructed. The blueprint and the copy. Now let's go deeper. At the center of the cell's information system sits DNA. DNA stores biological information, and one of the core flows of molecular biology is that information can be expressed from DNA to RNA to protein, a framework commonly called the central dogma. Genes are read through transcription, and their RNA messages are then translated into proteins. Catch that language: information, message, translation. Biology itself keeps borrowing the vocabulary of language, coding, and instruction because, frankly, "goo did a thing" is not a very precise technical category. DNA does not usually march itself over to a ribosome like a manager storming the factory floor. Instead, the cell makes a working copy, messenger RNA. That mRNA carries the relevant sequence to the ribosome, where codons in the RNA are matched to amino acids, and the ribosome links those amino acids together into a growing protein. The ribosome is not just a blob floating around looking important. It is a catalytic machine central to protein synthesis. So picture this. DNA is the master archive. RNA is the courier. The ribosome is the assembly machine, amino acids are the parts, and the finished protein is the product. That is not random splashing, that is ordered execution. A blueprint has no value if it is never read. A copy has no value if it is never delivered. A machine has no value if it cannot interpret the instructions correctly. And inside you, this happens constantly, right now, without applause, without coffee breaks, without HR seminars about team synergy. Though, to be fair, if any system on Earth deserves an employee appreciation week, it is the ribosome. Instruction hierarchy. Here is where the rabbit hole gets beautiful. Not all instructions in life operate on the same level. There is hierarchy. A protein is built from amino acids, but the order of amino acids matters. That order is specified by RNA. RNA is copied from DNA, and DNA contains sequences whose expression can be turned up, down, started, stopped, or redirected depending on the cell's condition. Protein abundance in cells is shaped not only by transcription and translation, but also by RNA decay and protein decay. So the cell is not merely following one static note taped to the wall. It is operating a multi-layer command structure. There are storage instructions, execution instructions, transport instructions, quality control instructions, address labels. Some proteins even contain sequence signals that direct where they should go in the cell, much like an address on a parcel, and the ER to Golgi pathway helps process and sort them toward their destinations. Read that again in plain English. The cell does not just build molecules, it builds molecules with destinations. Now we are beyond chemistry as mere reaction. Now we are looking at chemistry as administration. And once you see administration, you start asking forbidden questions. Because hierarchy raises a harder issue than machinery. Machinery tells you something is happening. Hierarchy tells you something is being governed. Authority analogy. Let's be careful here. Science can describe the mechanisms. Science can measure the pathways. Science can show how transcription works, how translation works, how proteins fold, traffic, and function. But the philosophical meaning people draw from that order is a different question. And that is the question I want to press. Because when you see a system where instructions are stored, copied, interpreted, checked, transported, and obeyed, your mind naturally reaches for the category of authority. Not because a microscope found a tiny crown floating inside the nucleus, let's not be ridiculous, but because instructions imply more than raw material. They imply rule. Think about a kingdom. A kingdom is not just land. A kingdom is order under authority. There is a throne. There is law. There are messengers. There are administrators. There are enforcers. There is territory where the will of the ruler is carried out. Now come back to biology. DNA stores. RNA carries. Ribosomes execute. Organelles process. Signals regulate. Quality control checks. Membranes enforce boundaries. What is that if not a stunning picture of governed order? Again, I'm not saying molecular biology textbooks conclude, therefore, a king. They don't. I'm saying that when human beings encounter layered, law-like, instruction-driven reality, the language of government starts to feel strangely appropriate, because life merely doesn't exist. Life obeys. Kingdom governance. And this is where the script turns from microscope to meaning. Jesus did not speak about the kingdom of God as if it were a religious hobby club for people who enjoy soft piano music and vague inspiration. He spoke about a kingdom, government, order, authority, will, lawful alignment. Kingdom means the domain where the will of the king is done. Now pause and notice the resonance. Your body already lives by laws it did not vote for. Your cells obey informational logic they did not negotiate. Your biology is not democratic. Your liver cells do not hold late-night committee meetings arguing whether the genetic code should be rebranded for inclusivity. No, they obey. And that obedience is the reason you are alive. So maybe the biological world is giving us a whisper, just a whisper, that reality itself is deeper than accident and more structured than our pride likes to admit. Maybe governance is not a human invention projected into heaven. Maybe governance is a signature embedded into life from the beginning. And if the smallest units of life depend on right instruction, right order, right timing, and right authority, what makes us think the human soul flourishes under chaos? What makes us think a life disconnected from its rightful source can stay coherent? A cell detached from governing instruction becomes dysfunction. A society detached from governing truth becomes confusion. A soul detached from the king becomes... Life obeys instructions, and instructions require a king. What if I told you that inside your body, right now, there are factories so small you will never see them with your naked eyes, yet they are busier than every industrial zone on Earth combined?
Noise with a pulse. That is why the kingdom message matters. Not just because it saves, because it explains. It explains why disorder destroys. It explains why truth stabilizes. It explains why rebellion feels exciting for 5 minutes and catastrophic for 5 years. The king is not competition for life. The king is the reason life can make sense. The deep rabbit hole with a flashlight. Now, before someone in the comments types with righteous fury, "So are you saying biology proves theology?" No. I am saying biology intensifies the question. Cells do not settle every metaphysical argument, but they absolutely make the materialist shrug look less impressive. Because once you admit life runs through information-rich, instruction-sensitive, machine-mediated systems, you are no longer staring at mud. You are staring at organized process on a scale that should humble anybody with Wi-Fi. And here is the humor of modern man. We look at software and say obviously that required intelligence. We look at a logistics network and say obviously that required planning. We look at a factory with layered commands and say obviously that required design. Then we look at the cell, a system with information storage, message transfer, coded translation, assembly machinery, transport, packaging, error control, and regulated expression. And suddenly some people become philosophers of smoke. Who can say what any of this means? Sir, respectfully, if a warehouse had this much order, you'd call Amazon. If a city had this much coordination, you'd call government. If a sentence had this much information, you'd call language. But when life does it, we are told to act casual. No, casual is canceled. Wonder is appropriate. Humility is appropriate. And for me, the kingdom frame is not a retreat from biology. It is a response to the kind of world biology reveals. So here is the big idea. Life obeys instructions. And instructions are not just about mechanism. They point us toward order, toward authority, toward governance. The cell is not merely alive. It is administered. And if the smallest units of life depend on right instruction, maybe the highest wisdom for human life is not endless self-invention. Maybe it is alignment. Alignment with truth. Alignment with purpose. Alignment with the king. Because chaos may be loud, but creation speaks with structure. And structure always says the same thing. This was not built to drift. It was built to answer. If this opened your eyes, send it to a biology student, a medical student, a science nerd, or that one friend who thinks faith and biology must live in separate buildings. Share this with a biology student. And if you want the next one, where we go even deeper into DNA, coding, and what information really means, stay with me. because the rabbit hole is deep, but the trail is getting clearer.